Okay, welcome. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you for all of your love, your support. Thank you for joining me today. Um, if you watch me on a regular basis, you know that I have a lot on my plate, and so therefore, I don't get to do the weekly readings or anything as much as I would like, and I'm kind of going through a transitional phase, and I'm thinking, wow, it's eclipse season. Like, and it's so magical this year because we have three eclipses. Usually you have two eclipses for the season. You have the solar eclipse, then you would have the lunar eclipse. But this year we have the solar, well, we just had the solar eclipse. Then we'll have the lunar eclipse on July the 27th, I believe. And then come August the 11th, we will have another solar eclipse. And I thought, we're in such powerful energy this year. Being a collective 11 year, 2018, 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 8 is 11. So 11 is the justice card. 11 is bringing in the balance. The 11 is making the hard decisions, making the hard commitments, making the hard choices, giving 110%, walking and talking with integrity, acting with integrity, being committed to yourself, your dreams, your goals, and your desires. And when we can do these things, when we can focus on that energy and move ourselves in that direction, magical, beautiful successes that you can't even imagine can come out of this kind of energy. So this year has been a very magical year. We have other transits still coming in the mix for the year of magic entering our lives, these moments of magic. So, and a couple of things I've noticed about the energy. One is that the numerology for the day for July the 12th was a 3. And then I think for the lunar eclipse, it's a 9. So that, and nines are all about endings and completions. And then the new solar eclipse in August, forget the fact that it's on the 11th and we're in the 11 years, so it's a double 11 energy for us. But it also boils down to a 3 again. And the 3 is the Empress. So it is all about our new beginnings, our new starts, the birthing of an idea, a plan, a goal, a dream, a desire. Now, also the solar eclipse in August, the numerology is actually a 30, and you rarely get a 30 number or 30 energy for a daily. So the 30 energy alone, even the worst kind of things are beautiful, are magical, are wonderful. There's success sprinkled everywhere in your lives. It's a time to celebrate. It's a time to rejoice. It's a time to say, I've got this. It's a time to plant those new seeds and to grow forward. Tapping yourself into your creativity with the 30 energy, tapping yourself into the creativity, your self-expression will just take you to the next level. So it's really about being true with yourself, to yourself. So I thought I would do each of the signs, and I just kind of wanted to kind of give that front for everybody, so that when I do the eclipse season videos for you individually, now the sun, the moon, and the ascendant, you should be checking all three. Okay. The sun is your outward, your deepest goals in life, what's important to you, how people view you, how you want people to view you, your goals, your dreams, your desires, your outward world. The moon is your emotion. How do you express yourself? How do you respond to things emotionally? And where can you grow emotionally? Where can you strengthen yourself emotionally? And then the ascendant is relationships, partnerships. So you want to know all of that when you are looking at these eclipses, and you need to view them individually, yes, but you also need to view them as a collective energy because they're building up upon each other. So a solar eclipse is a time of new beginnings, new chapters, new starts, new visions of your tomorrows, planting the seeds. So that's a new moon. A full moon, and the energy will last up to 4 weeks. A full moon is a time for completion, endings, healing, seeing where we are, seeing where we want the new beginnings and what has held us back. And that energy will last up to 4 weeks. So, but a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse will last up to 6 months. Now, I think the Leo energy kind of supersedes the Cancer energy to some degree, because it is the final eclipse going forward before we hit the fall. So we have to look at all 3 areas and how we can walk towards our new beginnings, our new starts, our goals, our dreams, our desires, growing relationships deeper, traveling, education, groups and friends, our service to others, our destiny perhaps. What type of healing or closure do we need in our life? What kind of completion do we need? Learning more about ourselves. And I think the Cancer eclipse was a lot about learning a little bit about ourselves, knowing that we don't need to control everything. It was the sun and the moon opposing Pluto during this. So Pluto is the one that, Pluto, you have to ask yourself, how can I grow? How can I grow through deepening my own self-knowledge? Seeing where I react, seeing where I try and control, seeing where I might have a goal in mind, but it's not for the highest good. It has an underlying of manipulation or wanting to keep things the same, or stubborn, or jealousy might be driving my goal. Wanting to show off, wanting to let my ego shine instead of my heart shine. So where does that happen in my life? And I think throughout the course of the next 4 weeks, we'll be given glimpses of, now, why are you in the situation? And what is it trying to teach you about yourself? We come to the lunar eclipse. And that is more about groups and friends and social causes, humanitarian ideas, global awareness, and yes, ideas in general, inventive imagination, creativity. I think Mars is very close, if not exact, with this full moon. And so it's in retrograde. I would have to think that we are looking at how to go forward, of breaking through the wall, of knocking the wall down, so kind of watch your anger, back it up, think it out, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to do. Don't let that knee-jerk reaction come through. Mars is always wanting to go forward. Mars is our warrior. And Pluto, Pluto was the Cancer. That's our inner warrior being awoken with Pluto retrograde. Mars retrograde, we are walking back over some of our steps, some of our actions, or lack of action. And so we need to analyze what didn't allow a closure in my life, what didn't allow an ending in my life. Where am I fighting that healing that could come into my life and open up new doors and new ways of looking at things, new perceptions. And then we have the Leo. solar eclipse. And we have that 1111 energy. We've got that 30 energy. We've got the 3 energy of the Empress. Leo is our play. Leo is our romance. Leo is, getting up on that soapbox and saying, this is who I am and I love me for it. This is tapping into your creativity, sharing yourself through self-expression, creativity, recreation. But it's very much a me kind of energy. So throughout this solar eclipse to lunar eclipse and then back to the solar eclipse, and I failed to mention that Cancer, it was in our 4th house, right? That's family and home and heritage and foundations. So we'll probably be looking over the next couple of weeks, especially a little bit more towards our immediate home life, our family, our close friends, our allies, our close allies that we trust, that we lean on for support, that give us support, that give us encouragement. Our tribes, our clans, our foundations. And then it moves into more of a collective energy of groups of people, our humanitarianism, our social causes, our global awareness, and yes, our creativity and how we can use our creativity, our inventiveness in order to not only touch our life, our close family lives, but the collective. And then we move into Leo, which is that me center, that I am. That's the sun. It's ruled by the sun. Once again, what's our deepest goals? What's our deepest dreams? And how do we go forward? And we spent time contemplating home, family, foundations, groups, friends, global. And then we finally get to planting our seeds, which is our goals, our dreams, what we want in our life. So I'm going to do a reading for each of you, and stay tuned because it should, if I figure out how to edit properly, it should be coming on now. But in case I mess up, remember, I do love you. Welcome, Cancer. It's eclipse season. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you so much for all of your positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. We're going to turn to the cards, and really this is really from July 12th when we experienced the solar eclipse to August the 11th when we will once again experience a solar eclipse with the lunar eclipse in the middle on July 27th. So it kind of covers all of close to a month for us, almost a complete month. So let's turn to the cards and see how we can move through this eclipse season in order to really plant those seeds of abundance going forward in our life in a positive manner. We have, look at this, the Queen of Pentacles is the first card. Know yourself, know your independence. Now, what are we looking at for you for these eclipses? Well, the solar eclipse was obviously in your first sign. Happy birthday. What a present to have eclipse season in your sign. And it is about you. It is about your independence. It's about who you are, your greatest dreams, your goals, your visions of your tomorrow, what you want in your life, how you see yourself going forward in your life. And then it moves to the, I think it's your 8th house, and it's about growth and change. It's about death and rebirth. Absolutely. That full moon is really going to allow you to put some closure and healing into your life. And then it bounces over to Leo, which would be your 2nd house of finances, values, your environment, your resources. So it's really beautiful energy for you because, yes, first and foremost, we are looking at how you sit on the throne of your life, of how you create your own independence going forward and your own abundance going forward. It's about attaching yourself to your strength, your courage, your vision of your tomorrow. And so often in our society, we're told to be humble and, flatten that ego a little bit. And it's not all about you and you're just one person. No, we're all connected to each other. We're one connection to the next person and the next person. There's not one of us that is of lesser or greater importance. And we have to understand that until we all step into our own independence, our own vision of our tomorrow, and being truthful and honest to ourselves about what we want to do, what we want to create, where we want to expand in our life, we're really not helping anybody else that is connected to us. By raising our vibration, our light, our energy, we automatically help everybody around us. So yes, it needs to be a little bit about ego, especially for Cancer. You. And whether this is your sun sign or your moon sign or your rising, it's about you, your dreams, your greatest joys, your deepest passions, and how to go forward relying on you and only you. And not to say that you have to do that, but once you say, well, I don't need that person to really do that in order for me to move forward in this way right now, and maybe they'll get on board a little later on, or maybe I'll meet somebody else with those same qualities that can help me and co-create with me. I'm not going to worry about it right now. I'm going to worry about what I can do going forward. And not worry is a bad word. It's one of those negative words. So we don't really want you to sit there and be biting your nails and worrying about how to go forward, but to make the plan for the things that you can proactively do in your life in order to move yourself forward in the direction you want. And yes, when we have that full moon come around, that's that lunar eclipse come around on the 27th, it's going to be a time of releasing. It's going to be a time of healing. It's going to be a time of death for the rebirth to begin. Moving, allowing completions and endings. And people always look at that as, I don't want completions and endings in my life. Of course you do. If you want to be, you want to grow your stature in the community. Okay, well, then you have to release, let go of, it's probably your own self-doubt, your own worry that you're good enough or you'll be able to bring something to the table or that you'll make a difference in some way. Of course you will. If you're being drawn to it, of course you will. Or maybe you have been, jobless for a very long time. And so an ending, a completion to poverty and worrying how you're going to make the next payment or pay the next bill or put food in your stomach or a roof over your head, that's a beautiful ending because we know that we'll be able to step into a job, a source of income. And allow that, once again, I get that worry, put to bed, put behind you. If you've been in a relationship where, and I'm not saying it's a lover, but it could be a friend, it could be somebody in the community where they almost bullied you or, made you think less than yourself. What a beautiful thing to put an ending to. So that you can feel strong, that you can understand your own self-worth and what you deserve truly in life. And not allow people to tear you down in some way. To raise yourself up. I mean, there's so many things that we can put a completion to that are actually negative things that we didn't want in our life anyways. So what are those kinds of completions that you can allow into your life? Our next card is the Four of Pentacles. So what are you holding on to that's slowing you down? Okay, here we sit on the threshold of the door of abundance. Okay. Oh, but we've got some things and we just don't want to let them go. Good, bad, or ugly, they're with us, and they're going to be with us for the long haul. And there's no way we are budging. There's no way we are moving forward. In some way, I find security, I find balance, I find happiness in this. And there is no way that I'm going to change anything or risk anything in order to minimize that or lose that in some way. So we hold that one pentacle so tightly around our chest, one straddled between our knees and one foot on each coin there, and saying, nobody's taking this from me, and I'm not going to budge, and I'm not going to take a risk because I might lose it. And you know what? If you were to stand up and walk away, you could probably come back and find those four pentacles still laying there. That doesn't really go away. It's what you were stepping away from, but you can always step back to if it doesn't work. But once you release those things in your life, what's weighing you down, what's holding you back, what's depleting or dissipating your energy or your time or your resources, what's truly doing that, and just letting it go, and you're going to feel this release, you're going to feel this liberation, you're going to feel this freedom, you're going to stand up, you're going to stretch. You're going to feel the blood start to flow in your legs and your arms that you've been all tense about. And you're going to turn around and you're going to see that door of abundance. And are you daring enough to knock on the door? Are you daring enough to turn that doorknob? Are you daring enough to step through and see what's on the other side? And taking a chance on yourself, your dreams, your goals, your desires. And we have, look at this, the sun. Yeah, it's all about you. It's saying that you've got the sage wisdom now in order to go forward. You've got this. You've been through the fires. You've been through the chaos. You've been through the sorrow. You've been through the tears in order to walk through those lessons in order to gain the sage wisdom that you need for this part of your journey, the new part of your journey. And the sun is on you. It's about your goals. It's about your dreams. Yes, all that stuff they say about your ego, it's not really your ego. Ego is when you do it to, look better than somebody else. But truly diving into your passions, your dreams, your goals only helps everybody, including yourself. Work and career. What defines you as a person? We have the Three of Pentacles with the Lovers. Yeah, it's making the plan. It definitely is really rethinking where you want to go, where you want to deepen your love, your passion for certain things, where you can apply yourself so that when you open your eyes in the morning, you can't wait to jump out of bed and start the day because it's going to be an adventure. And it's about deepening your love and your commitment to those things. It could be a hobby right now that turns into a business, or it could be a hobby right now that opens the door for you to gain an income in some way through that hobby. It could be about stepping into something that you've always wanted to do, but people told you that there wasn't any money, or it was a dead end, or, how many parents have told their children, yes, you have a beautiful voice, but you need to get a job, you need to kind of settle down, and, that singing is great and everything, but you're not going to get anywhere with it. Well, today, with the World Wide Web, yes, you could. If you have a beautiful voice, it just might get you somewhere. It may be just that wow moment. You just wow somebody. Or maybe you craft, or maybe you just have a great knowledge of diet or exercise, or yoga, or Reiki, or tarot, or astrology, or gardening, or building, or inventing. You know, where are you creative? Where are your talents? Where are your abilities? What can you bring to the table? And it's about making the plan. I mean, the Three of Pentacles, I love the Three of Pentacles because here we are, we're burning the midnight oil. We are sitting there and we are so lost in thought about how can I do this? How can I go forward? And we're not rushing ourselves. We're not scribbling it out. We're taking our time. We're thinking it through. But when we're at the early ages, or the early energy of the three, and remember that both new moons, both solar eclipses, do have the three energy. It's the more we reflect on where we want to go, the more we'll probably end up going exactly on the path we want, but with a sure foot. Because we are thinking it out. We are weighing out different options. We are looking at different ways of going forward. We're looking at different avenues. We are closing off some avenues that didn't work. We're allowing that closure in our life. And we're seeing where the new beginnings are to really, you know, fall in love with the experience of now, your path. So, you know, I don't even think that the goal is as important right now as the journey to get to the goal. You know, sometimes we want to take the highway because we need just to get to from point A to point B, but there's times when we want to drive the country roads or down across by the lake or the coast or through the farmlands or through the forests and experience the view, to celebrate the travel, the journey to the goal, the destination. And I think with those cards, it's more about deepening your love and deepening your passion, but it's a meandering kind of curvy path that you almost want to take. Now, you might disagree with me and you say, no, I really want to get to be now. I just want to get there. I just want to take that highway. But those cards say that it won't be the most fulfilling experience if you try and hurry along, if you try and rush it. That the experience alone will open up all kinds of new little side roads that you never even knew existed, that all of a sudden it's a waterfalls, that you know, a little oasis that you come across that nobody knows of, but you found tucked away because you decided to just curve a little bit in your travels and experience everything rather than just a few things very quickly. For love and relationships, look at this. We have the Knight of Cups. That's our knight in shining armor with the Eight of Swords. Well, if you're looking for a new relationship, yes, it could be had, but you really have to start changing your perceptions, or the relationship itself will change your perceptions. It will allow you a new way of thinking or doing or becoming or being. If you want to really step into any relationship right now, there is a lot of growth that really needs to be done by you looking at the person in a new light, a different way, maybe understanding their path, maybe less of what you want for them and more of what they want for themselves, and embracing that. Although with Cancer, you're usually already doing that, so take a look at your relationships and see which ones that you're actually hindering that true communication or that true bond or that deepening love or appreciation or support in some way. Through new relationships, and when I say love and relationships, this could be new best friends coming in, this could be new partnerships, this could be new people in the community that come as part of your tribe, become part of your clan. It could be a parent, a child, a sibling or something. Perceptions are really changing in love, in what you expect out of love and what you expect in a relationship, what you expect as support or passion or sensuality. It's about experiencing the magic of the relationship, the experiencing. So there could be a lot of conversations here. There could be, or picking up certain vibrations or paying attention to the tone of the other person or the aura of the other person, the vibration of the other person. You ever have somebody get in the car and immediately you go, what's wrong, even though they haven't said a word? It's kind of like the energy that they're carrying with them. And pay attention to the energy that other people are carrying with them. And, you know, you may gain a new perception. You may get a new understanding of who that person really is, or what they're going through, or the love that they truly want to bring into your life that maybe maybe you are blocking yourself from, or other people are blocking you and you don't know why. This is where you can really tap into it and experience the magic of relationships. This is about the romance, the play, the fun. So I would have to say this is more towards the Leo kind of energy. Absolutely. And for you, it's money and values and daily routine. And so this might be where you have to kind of get into a new routine in order to meet somebody or to grow an experience with somebody. Maybe co-create. Start going for walks together, or yoga class together, or swimming at the beach together, or cycling together, or just enjoying each other's company, or co-creating. Maybe you both love to garden or take care of animals, or, you know, build things together. For your spirituality, oh, we have the Hangman. Now, the Hangman is not struggling here. And I'm going to, you know, I got this before. One of the hidden things in this card is the number 4. That's reversed. And so where, you know, things are out of balance, you can really attach yourself now to the balance or the foundation that really needs to exist in your life in order for you to feel like you have that freedom, that liberation, that risk-taking that is going to turn out just great. Because you're grounded in some way. You feel some kind of solid foundation around you. Some balance coming into your life. This is where we really think about the balance that needs to be in our life. So what do you really truly want when it comes to, material wealth, or when it comes to your time, or when it comes to your energy? Where do you truly find, you know, what is a true balance for you? Where do you feel secure? Where do you feel loved? Where do you feel appreciated? Where don't you? And how do you unattach from those things, or allow some kind of closure for those things in your life? And where do you start the new beginnings? This is a highly spiritual card. So it's paying attention using all your senses. I mean, we're not struggling here in this tree, okay? So it's through reflection and meditation, prayer, but it's also through looking inwardly and understanding why we do the things we do and say the things we say and behave the way we do at certain points in our life, and becoming aware of them. So it's not, we're not on automatic pilot, but we say, you know what, every time this happens in my life, I react this way, and I'm not going to react that way. And so what would be a positive way for me to react? So it could be breaking a habit or breaking part of your routine. You know, maybe you leave in the morning in a rush and you grab a coffee and a muffin on the way to work or wherever you need to be. And maybe you need to wake up a half an hour early and do, recite a mission statement, a mantra, an affirmation about your day, of what you expect to step into. And while you're doing that, your coffee maker could be going, and you could sit there and relax with a cup of coffee or tea or juice or whatever, your protein shake, whatever, or maybe a full breakfast. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, they say, so maybe you're not giving your time to, and when you're eating on the run and everything, it's not healthy. It's not good for you. So maybe it's making more time for yourself in the morning to wake up slowly, to embrace the energy. The study after study tells us the first 30 to 90 minutes of our day sets the mood, sets the tempo of the day. And so if we start by running out the door rushed and brushing our hair while we're running to start the car up or catch the bus, it's going to probably be a hectic, stressful day for us. We are setting the stage for it. If we're reading the paper or tapping into Facebook or the online papers and you're reading about the tragedies and the destructions that are happening in the world before anything else, it's going to be a little bit more of a serious tempo in your life and not really trusting anything in your life. If you start it with gratitude, if you start it with prayer, if you start it with stretching and embracing the beautiful things that can happen in your life, the beautiful, say just thank you for this day. It's going to be incredible. At least put that in, maybe. I don't know why I'm going so long with the beginning of your day, but I think it has a lot to do with your routine and you're thinking it through and what serves you and what raises your energy, but yes, what dissipates your energy, and how do we change our responses, our natural responses. And we didn't come out of the womb walking. That became a natural response to, I got to get from A to B, and your feet automatically move and your legs automatically move. But if you have legs to move. But what if you want to skip? What if you maybe want to run? Maybe you're going to swim now. What could be an alternative to a behavior or a way we react to things or what we allow in our life or what we've built a wall against coming in? Health and well-being. Look at this. The Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles, whenever an ace shows up, this is a path that you haven't stepped into yet, but you will. It's awaiting your presence, and this is your abundance. This is abundance and love and joy. Now, this card is saying get prepared for a beautiful ride forward. To know that the decisions, the commitments that you are making in your life right now are going to set yourself right up in front of that new path. You're going to embrace it. You're going to be able to step into it. So when we look at the abundance of our health and well-being, first of all, we have to look at stresses and worries and concerns, because stress can be very mean to the human body. It could put us into depression. It could make us sad. It could make us lose sleep. It could, all of a sudden you're getting those cold sores, or you're getting the flu, or you've got that pain in your neck or your back, to maybe something worse. So we want to release stresses. We want to release anxieties. We want to allow endings in our life. We want to allow healing in our life, so that we are not burdened with those kind of dissipating energies when we reach that Leo new moon solar eclipse on August the 11th. That we're ready to plant those seeds. And what we do, the passions, the dreams, the desires, because all these cards talk about the passions and the dreams and the desires and the planning and the thinking it out and the embracing the now. It says, yes, raise your energy and expect good to happen in your life. And then actively walk towards it in your habits, in your daily routines, and what you do and what you say and how you say it and your behaviors. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.